Greetings of the day, children. I hope you all are doing very well. You all are keeping your notebook updated, all the points you all have written in the previous session. So let us see what are we going to have in this session. We are going to continue with the chapter The Living Organisms and Their Surrounding, Part 3. Let us see what are we going to have. First of all, a quick recap of what we have done in the previous session. We have seen two different type of habitats, that is the desert habitat and the mountains habitat, mountain region, and we have seen how plants, trees and animals get adapted themselves to the given habitat, that is the desert and the mountainous region. So let us see what are we having in this session. We are going to see the grassland, that is another habitat, what kind of animals are found and how they survive, what kind of plants and all we find over here. Let us see the grassland habitat. So this is the third habitat which we are doing in this session. So here the light brown color of the lion helps it to hide in dry grassland, and the presence of long claws help to capture the prey. So over here you find lion which have brown color in this grassland habitat, which helps to hide in the grasses, in the brown color grasses, and also in the dry grassland they hide themselves, and the presence of long claws help them to capture the prey. Deer has strong teeth to eat plant stems. Also, its long ears helps to listen to predator movement. They have eyes on its sides of the head, not in front, it is on the sides, which help them to look in all direction and to look out for danger. So as you have on your head, you have front side, all the animals have eyes where they can look in front. They have it on sides, so that sides of the head, so that they can look in all direction, and which help them to take care of themselves in danger. And some of the animals living in these habitats are elephants, giraffe, lions. So these are the habitat, grassland habitat, where deer, elephant, giraffe, lion, they survive easily because of the habitat, because of the adaptation to the given habitat. I hope you all are writing, children. Please do make all the points. Then you will see rainforest habitat. What kind of animals found over here? Let us see. This habitat receives a lot of rain, and hence it's rich in animal life. So where you have rainfall and you have lots of water bodies there, more different type of species of animals survive. Mammals, amphibians, reptiles, all sorts of animals are found here, because they have better adaptation. Water bodies support life actually. That's why you have more number of species of animals surviving over here. The climate is hot and humid, and animals have to learn to adapt to survive. So the rainforest here, the climate is hot and humid, but the animals over here, they are well adapted to this habitat and they survive. Then polar habitat, these habitats are very cold and windy. The animals are mostly carnivores and have thick fur to survive in cold. Since it's very cold, that's why they have a thick fur, so that they can take care of themselves. And animal usually have lots of fats in their body, which act as an insulation from severe cold, which give them warmth as well, like polar bear. Polar bear has lots of fat deposition in the body, which gives them an insulation during because it's all the time very cold, it's spine chilling cold. So the body has lots of fat, which is a very good insulator, which gives warmth to the body. Some blend in ice and some may hibernate in the coldest months. So how they take care of themselves from predator? If you take an example of the polar bear, they are white in color and they camouflage. That means they blend themselves very well in the ice, in the snow, so they can hide themselves. And some of them go for hibernation. Some animals go for hibernation. That means they sleep for 3-4 months or more, as per the climate, if it is extremely cold, they sleep for months together. That is called hibernation. But before going for hibernation, they do eat lots of fatty foods, or the food available to them contain lots of fat which they eat continuously, and they store fat in their body. Then they go for hibernation, so that when they sleep, they get sufficient energy to survive. Examples of animals are polar bears. They actually go for hibernation during winters when it is spine chilling cold and where the temperature goes in minus. Reindeers, penguins are all animals which survive in polar habitat, and they are very well adapted to this habitat. I hope you are making all the points, children. Aquatic habitats, here you can see the aquatic plant over here, lotus, how they survive. You can see, just have a look at this picture. So the stem go deep inside. You must have seen the stem of a lotus plant, and you can just see the flower. There is a lotus flower floating on top, but they have a long hollow stem which goes inside water body. On a pond you can see this. Just have a look. This is aquatic plant, that is marine habitat. Aquatic habitat or marine habitat means the same thing. So let us see how plants, animals survive in marine habitat or aquatic habitat. Marine habitat comprises of oceans and seas, and both have salt water. They are home to wide variety of creatures, like the most part of fish population is found here. So you have a number of species. The number of species means each and every kind, each and every type of species, they are in abundance in oceans and seas. And marine creatures are found in estuaries where rivers and ocean meet, and the water is salty. So what is estuaries? Where rivers and ocean meet. So marine creatures are mostly found here, and the water is salty. Marine mammals like whales migrate to long distances in order to cope up with the temperature changes. So whales, is a very huge marine animal, and it's very, very huge. And to take care of themselves during hot weather, during hot climate, they actually travel a long distance so that they can move to a place where they can survive and they will not die of heat. I hope this is clear, children. So this is marine habitat which we have done, and they have to survive in that salty water. So the body is adapted to that salty water. So in abundance, you will have a number of species. Not I am talking about the population of the fishes, but each species will have large number of population, each species of fish. So they are of different kinds of fishes, different kind of living creatures, not only fishes found in marine habitat, and they survive in that salty water. Oceans, most organisms have streamlined bodies and gills. So now under marine habitat, we are learning how living creatures survive in oceans. So they have streamlined bodies so that the movement becomes easier in water, and the fishes have gills for respiration. Octopuses do not have streamlined bodies, so they stay deep in ocean, but when moving they make a streamlined motion. So this is how they move. Whales have blow holes instead of gills. This enables them to breathe easily when they swim near the surface of water. So they do not have gills with the help of which they can respire, but they do have blowholes which helps them to respire or to breathe, and when they are swimming near the surface of water. So this is how animals, the creatures in the ocean survive. Do write all these points in your notebook, children. So here you can see an octopus lying deep inside the ocean, under the surface of the ocean, and because they do not have a streamlined body like fish where they can swim continuously, but when they move in a streamline motion. So here we come to an end of the session, children. I hope you all have made all the points discussed. All the important points discussed in the session has to be written in the notebook. Thank you, children, and have a great day.